Trine University off to a great start, 52-14 on the road in Manchester. Coach Abbs, it's great to see you. We're ready for some football. Congratulations on going 1-0.
Thank you. It was an outstanding start to the season. A lot of guys got quality reps, and we're able to show Thunder Nation what they can do under the lights at Manchester.
You got good quarterback play. Talking before we came on the screen here, Alex Price over 300 yards passing. Obviously, he's good with his feet as well. A lot of different targets too, whether that was Arthur or Klein, some of the other guys. You love to see the different targets being utilized, and as an offensive staff, your guys had to be pretty excited.
No doubt about it. I mean, anytime you can make the reads and go through your progressions the way really all three of our quarterbacks did that played, it shows that we're on the right track, and we look to see added improvement going into week 2.
Your defense was lights out. The starters didn't give up any points. You forced 5 turnovers during the course of the game. How was your defense able to be so effective on that side of the ball?
Well, I think it all starts up front, and we've got a very gifted defensive line and an amazing linebacker core, and our receivers did a great job of really taking away a lot of the easy throws. And anytime you can do that, you can have great success playing defense in today's day and age.
Turnovers, man. As a defensive coach, that's the name of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's when it comes down to it, I mean, the game's called football, and you want it in your hands, and when you don't want it, you want to get your hands on it. And our defense did a fantastic job of doing that on Thursday night.
So getting into this season, Trine had a unique 2020 in that we played football. You had a couple games in the fall. You had a shortened spring season as well. What did you take out of the COVID year? I know as a program it had to be frustrating at a lot of times, but I know you also built some positive through that experience as well.
Well, there are a ton of positives. Number one, we can brag that we have the record for the longest bye week in the history of college football.
Right.
But also, we got to play football all year. We had a lot of practices. The NCAA allotted us a lot more days to practice than they ever have. We were able to obviously put the pads on in the spring, which is something that we've never been able to do. And we were a young team. Played a lot of freshmen and sophomores last year, and now those guys are sophomores and juniors. And that maturation process is huge going into the future of our football program.
That leads to my next question. This sophomore class is loaded. You have a ton of talent and guys who play a lot of minutes, get a lot of contributions. What's the ceiling for these guys? I mean, do you look at that group and say, hey, this could be a championship football team before it's all said and done?
Well, when we met over the summer as a coaching staff, and even towards the end of the spring, we decided that our motto this year should be, built by us.
Right.
It's all going to come down to the quality of what we build and the effort and the intensity that we take into practice and into workouts and the weight room. The sky is the limit for this group. It's truly going to come down to what type of quality work habits they bring to the table. So
your team, talking to some of the guys, they say what a close-knit group it is, that they really enjoy playing for each other, that there's a lot of brotherhood on that team. And I know you've coached for so many years, you probably see that go both ways over the years. But when you have a group that's really kind of tied together like that, that's got to be something gratifying as a coach.
There's no question about it. I mean, and that's one of our major goals as a coaching staff, is to do things in practice, outside of practice, and in the community that will bring our guys closer together. And COVID really did that too. I mean, COVID made our guys spend just about all of their free time together. And they've really, really gelled as a group of men, and we're happy to see where they go.
You guys are working awfully hard in practice this week, working on what you do and taking care of your process. I know you also have a scouting report on Rose Hulman. For our viewers who can't scout the tape, what kind of team is Rose Hulman? What are we going to see tonight in preparation for this one?
Well, first of all, on an X and O's basis, they're very similar to us.
Okay.
They'll run a lot of 3 wide and run a ton of different RPOs. They've got a good quarterback. They've got a preseason All-American running back. They've got some good targets at receiver. And defensively, they like to blitz. So they like to put pressure on the opposing team's quarterback, and we're very much the same. So really, when it comes down to it, from a philosophy standpoint, they're almost mirror image teams. So it'll be a lot of fun to see how we compare against a top quality opponent.
Saturday, September 11th, we all understand the 20-year anniversary is coming. Trine University is going to have a really special event later in the week around that commemoration. I know you guys are doing some special things Saturday night. For your team, it's all about brotherhood and family like we've talked about, and playing extremely hard during the game. But for the fans, there will be the added benefit of that moment where we can reflect and be thankful for the chance to be able to play football, and really the heroes in our military and our police and fire and rescue that allow us to do these things that we love.
No question. As I think back to 9/11, I think about being in a sixth grade classroom and having everything on TV and the events kind of unfold, and just admiring the bravery of our first responders, police and firemen as they did their job, and and the bravery that they displayed. So we'll be wearing some NYPD and NYFD hats as a coaching staff in remembrance of their bravery.
Well stated, Coach. Looking forward to watching some football. It's time. We're going to have a full house. It's going to be exciting Saturday night. Best of luck to you and your team.
Thank you. It's going to be a fun night.